Good evening, East Alabama. Welcome into the locker room on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Namath Pitts. Today we are going to wrap up the week for the locker room. We are also going to have our top 3 moments from the 2023-2024 school year. This week we have been loaded with our countdown, starting, of course, on Tuesday at number 10 with the Ohatchee Juniors, getting the win over Weaver. Number 9 featured the Piedmont Seniors, getting a win over Ohatchee. Number 8 was the Donahoe Falcons soccer team playoff win over Altamont. Of course, that takes us into number 7. 7 was the Alexandria Seniors win over Anniston. Go back to yesterday at number 6. We had the boys and girls county basketball championship wins for Oxford and Jacksonville. You look at the number 5, breaking into the top 5 was the county soccer championship that took penalty kicks in overtime for Donahoe to win. And number 4 was the Oxford Yellow Jackets county baseball win over Alexandria. But today is, going to be let's just say it's going to be a lot of champions. Today features 3 different champions that were crowned this past school year here right in Calhoun County. So before we get into our top 3, I want to remind you, once again, I say it every single day, guys, I can't preach it enough. I'm like the pastor that you get tired of hearing say the same thing every single week, and that is to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you do not miss the locker room. We are here 3 days a week for the months of May, June, and July, and then we'll go back to 5 after that. But also, we have our East Alabama Now news tonight at 6:30 p.m., A couple local baseball players have been selected by the Prep Baseball Alabama to participate in the Yellowhammer State Games. We're going to talk more about those players. And then tomorrow you'll hear from Welburn's new boys basketball coach, Kyle Kilgore. So good things are coming on our East Alabama Now news. Of course, John Holder can tell you about the weather this weekend, and Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards have your local news. All right. Well, let's start our number 3 moment. We have officially reached the top 3. Number 3, Dana Bryant in her final season brings home a blue trophy for the Pleasant Valley Raiders. So with that being said, let's go out to the highlights. And even though having a best friend is usually a one-on-one connection, Pleasant Valley's volleyball squad has been reaping the benefits of dynamic duo of Lily Henry and Maddie Schwabe. I mean, you see right here in this game, Henry piled on 18 kills and 15 digs. Schwabe cashed in 33 assists as the duo helped the Raiders punch their ticket to the Class 2A state championship game as they swept Washington County. They won the first set 25-18, the second set 25-18, and the third set 25-10 in the semifinal sweep. For Henry, who also had 18 kills in the Raiders' first round win over Vicksburg, and getting Schwabe back after she recovered from injury has made all the difference offensively for the Raiders. Pleasant Valley, who's now 39-12 overall, is squaring off as we speak against San Rock in the Class 2A state championship game. After the Raiders lost the first set against Vicksburg 25-23 to open the morning, the team went on to win 6 straight sets by a combined score of 150-86. The players knew they had to step it up. Bryant didn't have to say much. This is the state tournament. This is where you're supposed to play your best. And along with the duo's strong performance, Madison Schwabe racked up 13 digs and 4 kills, while Allie Bryant piled on 10 digs, 6 kills, and led the team with 5 service aces. Ella Paris led the team with 5 blocks. So there's Coach Dana Bryant coaching her team. And her team would end up beating Washington County and making the state championship. So those are the highlights from their semifinals win over Washington County. I think came down with a sickness and did not make the state championship game itself. And so we did not get highlights of those. But I felt that the semifinal win was worthy enough to crack the top 3. Ultimately, the Pleasant Valley Raiders volleyball team would bring home a state championship, and they would be recognized on senior night at the football game. Before the game, Coach Bryant now is officially, I don't know if it's official, but the school year's over, so she's retired now. Coach Mann will step in as the head coach of the Pleasant Valley volleyball program, and I do not see them losing a beat at all. They're going to be really talented. Lily Henry, obviously the first player that really comes to my mind, Schwabe as well. Of course, one Schwabe graduated, another Schwabe returning, so still a lot of talent for Pleasant Valley that will look to repeat this year as the 2A volleyball state champions, because Pleasant Valley is staying in Class 2A. Now, of course, things move around a little bit. Donahoe moves from 2A to 3A, so they lose Donahoe in the area. So area does change a little bit. So new area, new coach, but still going to be probably much of the same for Pleasant Valley, and that is success. This is a team, you go back to the county championship last year, they came storming back to defeat Oxford. I mean, this is a team that came storming back to beat Alexandria before that. They beat some of the best teams in the state last year, and they finished on top. So my number 3 moment from the 2023-2024 school year is the Pleasant Valley Raider volleyball program winning a state championship under Dana Bryant in her final season. All right, that is number 3. Number 2 and number 1. Both of those are still coming up, so don't go away. When we come back, we're going to go to my favorite sport, which features our number 2 moment of the year. We'll be right back as we continue on the Lockeroom.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite. For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Welcome back into the locker room. It's Thursday afternoon. We are doing our top 3 moments from the 2023-2024 school year. Number 3 featured the Pleasant Valley Raiders volleyball program bringing home a state championship in Dana Bryant's final season. We now shift. We stay on the gym floor, but we're going to add wrestling mats. Our number 2 moment from the 2023-2024 school year features 3 state championships, in one. So the first thing we're going to look at is the Weaver Bearcats wrestling program brought home their first dual state championship in school history, and they did it by beating St. James. So let's go out to Birmingham for the highlights. Weaver made it to the state championship duels by defeating St. John Paul II by a score of 66-16. St. James made it by defeating Ranburne. Here's Gabriel Snyder versus Luke Robbins. And Gabriel Snyder looking for some back points, looking for the pin. He can't get it, but Gabriel Snyder would defeat Luke Robbins by a 6-3 decision. This was a big match. Dylan Brown versus Logan Hartson. Logan Hartson is one of the top wrestlers for Coach Corley at St. James. He's one of the better wrestlers in the state of Alabama. Dylan Brown, the son of assistant coach Brown for Weaver. Dylan Brown on top, looking to try to turn Hartson. And this one was a banger of a match. Hartson on top, Brown. Hartson's a little high, looking for the reversal. He's got the half, needs to get his head out. Maybe he can go for a bow and arrow cradle, and he's just going to get 2 reversal. Dylan Brown's going to get 2 reversal, as he's now on top of Logan Hartson. We're getting towards the end of the match in a scramble position. Brown just trying to hold out as time expires. And Dylan Brown with the upset as he defeats Logan Hartson by a 5-4 decision, as Weaver goes up 6-0 in the duels. Now we're at the 144-pound weight class, 146 post-Christmas. Gianluca Torres with the escape. He's wrestling Connor Johnston, another really good wrestler for St. James. One of the better wrestlers in the weight class in the state of Alabama is Johnston. He's a veteran for St. James. Gianluca Torres with an escape. Torres this time shooting in, looking for the finish. Let's see if he can get it. And 2 takedown for Gianluca Torres. Gianluca Torres would end up winning by a 6-3 decision. He's going to turn Johnston late in the match, but time's going to run out. Gianluca Torres wins by a 6-3 decision as Weaver goes up 9-0. Right here is Deshaun Kirby Barnes versus Miles Zakowski.
Deshaun Kirby Barnes looking for a takedown. Needs to pull Zukowski back in, and he's looking for the 2 takedown. Nothing yet. Keep 2 supporting pieces in bounds if you're Kirby Barnes. Zukowski maybe fleeing the mat right there. I don't know. Zukowski looking for the escape right here. This would be a great match. Miles Zukowski would end up winning the match by a 3-2 decision as St. James would finally get on the board. Here's Caden Thornton versus Emmett Rasmussen. And Caden Thornton looking for some back points, looking for a cradle. Looking for a near side cradle right here, looking to turn Emmett. Weaver leads 9-3 right now in the duel. Thornton could get a pin and add some bonus points right here for Weaver. Looking for the turn, can't get anything right now. A little too high on the head, needs to sink back a little bit on the hips. He's going to turn him right here, but got the knee in the side. Emmett Rasmussen's going to escape. Caden Thornton's going to end up winning by a 9-2 decision as Weaver leads 12-3. Now Chris Thornton gets the takedown for Weaver as he's wrestling Gavin Capiluto. I pronounced that name wrong. I know I did. I apologize, Gavin. Chris Thornton, though, a little bit of a 50-50 situation, but he's going to end up on top. You throw a grapevine in. No, but he's going to get the pin as Chris Thornton gets the pin for Weaver and adds 6 points to their total. Here's Hunter Heiss wrestling Pruitt Connor. Pruitt Connor, again, one of the better wrestlers in his weight class, one of the better wrestlers for St. James, really good wrestler. Hunter Heiss on top right here, but Pruitt Connor would end up winning this match by tech fall as he gets points for Weaver. Here's Zachary Hooks wrestling Brooks Batchelor, and this was another one of those tough, close decision wins. It would be Brooks Batchelor who ends up taking the decision. There's a stalling point for Hooks. There's 2 escape for Hooks. Hooks right here looking for an escape. See if he can find one. He's going to get an escape right there. But it would be Brooks Batchelor that would win by decision. Here's Brandon Jolliffe versus Cecil Edwards. Jolliffe gets the pin for Weaver at 2:15, also known as 2:17 post-Christmas. Here's Caden Green versus Owen Penny. Owen Penny looking for the pin on top of Caden Green, and he's going to end up getting the pin as Owen Penny's going to win by pin over Caden Green. We're at the 106-pound weight class now. Cale Fulmer, son of Andy Fulmer, wrestling Easton Turner of St. James. Fulmer looking for the turn. He's going to sink that knee in the hip. He does. He's going to try to stack him up right here. He's stuck. And Cale Fulmer, winner by pin for Weaver. And that takes us to 113, 115 post-Christmas. Peyton Andrews and Noah Raines. Noah Raines looking for the escape. And he's going to get 2 reversal and have Andrews on his back. Noah Raines would be the winner by pin for St. James at 115. Takes us to 122. Hayden Heiss wrestling Andrew Shalata. I probably pronounced that wrong. I apologize to St. James if I did, but Hayden Heiss would be the winner by pin. And that's going to do it. Hayden Heiss has won Weaver a state duels championship with that win as they increased a lead that would not be catchable. But just for some bonus points and the cherry on the top, Dalton Fink against Braylon Corley. Great wrestlers. Corley, son of the head coach of St. James, but Dalton Fink would get the pin and put the cherry on top for Weaver as Weaver would defeat St. James by a dual score of 42-23 as Coach Andy Fulmer gets the plaque, gets the award as Weaver is awarded their first ever duels state championship, and that makes it their 3rd state championship in 3 years total between the individual state tournament and the dual state tournament. As you see Coach Andy Fulmer and the Weaver Bearcats team right there, Coach Brown on the far left. And here's the team gathering together to celebrate post-award after winning the Class 1A through 4A AHSA State Duels Championship. They went through St. John Paul II, won 66-16. Then they went through St. James 42-23. And Weaver dominated every round of the State Duels tournament.
And they wouldn't stop there. They would go on to win their 3rd straight traditional championship in Huntsville a little bit after that. So Weaver has now won 4 state championships in 3 years. If you add the duels and you add the traditional. And Coach Fulmer's team, they lose Thornton, Kirby Barnes, but outside of that, they got a ton of talent coming back. It's going to be a dangerous team, very, very young. And Tallahassee dropping down. I think we're going to see some wars between those 2 teams, especially over the course of the next 2 years. Hey, adding, though, to the three-peat traditional championship and the duels championship, Weaver had a special wrestler who won her 4th straight girls state championship, and that is Lena Johansson. Lena Johansson is one of the best in any classification, any weight class in the state of Alabama. So, Lena Johansson won her 4th straight state championship. Let's go out to Birmingham to see the highlights.
Here's Lena Johansson wrestling for a state championship, wrestling Buckhorn, which was actually an unexpected opponent. She was not expecting to wrestle Buckhorn. She was expecting to wrestle Vines, and who is what everyone expected, Johansson versus Vine. But Johansson was perfect on the season, didn't lose a match. And she's looking for the pin here, looking to win her 4th state championship. She has not lost in girls competition since the AHSA made it girls competition. And Lena Johansson looking for the pin, and she gets it, as Lena Johansson is a 4-time state champion. I mean, what a run. She's got a chance to make it 5 next year. Great. Hey, congratulations to the Buckhorn lady on a great season. And here's Coach Lena Johansson celebrating with Andy Fulmer and Justin Brown. This just looks like another routine match.
It was just another match for Lena Johansson. She treated it like that, won her 4th straight state championship. Not a big celebration, as you saw right there. So, number 2 in our 2023-2024 moments was the Weaver Bearcats' first dual state championship in wrestling history, winning their third three-peat, as we call it, 3rd straight state championship traditionally, and then Lena Johansson winning her 4th state championship. So all 3 of those go together to come in at number 2 in our top 10 moments from this past school year. Hey, when we come back, we've got number 1. It was a story that everybody was following. It was one that saw adversity after adversity. It saw one person go down early in the season, saw others step up. It saw a group of 15 seniors that overcame so much to bring home the first state championship in this school's history. When we come back, we'll tell you more.
We're able to connect faster than ever through technology. Maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ, a place to use the gifts and talents God has given you, a place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
Welcome back into the Locker Room on this Thursday afternoon. We are getting ready to wrap up the week for the Locker Room. But before we do, we have to go and show you guys our top moment from the 2023-2024 school year. So what was the top moment? Well, I don't think it's going to be much of a surprise, but our top moment from this past school year was the Alexandria Valley Cubs baseball team bringing home their first state championship in school history. So with that being said, Alexandria and Mobile Christian, here it is. Here we are, Alexandria versus Mobile Christian for the 5A state championship at JSU. Walker Seaman gets the start for the Leopards. Trip Patterson gets the start for the Valley Cubs. Damian Gatson at the plate, he hits a fly ball to center field that is caught by Ty Brown. This time Bryce Rivers is at the plate. He hits a fly ball to right field that is caught by Ian Cartwright. Bray Good at the plate for Alexandria. He hits a single to center field, and Bray Good's going to get to first base right there with the single. Nick Thompson now at the plate. He's going to hit a ground ball that is fielded by the Leopards. They get it to second, get it to first base, but an error by Mobile Christian will allow Nick Thompson to advance to second base. He's safe, so a little bit of a fielder's choice essentially, with an error is what gets him there. Aiden Bruner at the plate. He's going to hit one deep to right field. That's over the head of the right fielder, and that is going to be not a single, not a double, but an RBI triple for Aiden Bruner. He scores Nick Thompson. Give us a little celebration right there, Mr. Bruner. And he's pumped up, baby. Whoa! You see him right there? RBI triple for Aiden Bruner. This time, Alex Bennett at the plate. He hits a fly ball to left field. That would be caught by Bray Good for the out. Gavin, okay, let's get this right. Gavin Watson-Hinker hits a single to center field. And now I got to say it not once but twice, because Gavin Watson-Hinker is safe at second base, stealing a bag. So add that still to his stat list. And then P.J. Brown from Mobile Christian Leopards lays down a perfect bunt in no man's land. He's safe at first base, and all of a sudden, Mobile Christian's got something going. Trip Patterson, though, would follow that up by getting Noah Blackburn to strike out swinging. There would be a play at the plate next that would get Zach Welch ejected. After the ejection, though, Nick Thompson fields the ground ball and throws it out. So now Alexandria's without Zach Welch. They got bases loaded. Trey Phillips, Jake Kilgo coaching things up. Bruner gets hit by the pitch with bases loaded, and that's going to score Bray Good. At home plate, Alexandria now trails 3-2, but still has bases loaded with one out. They're trying to have a big inning. Ian Cartwright at the plate. That one stings. Double play, and Mobile Christian gets out of the inning leading 3-2. Gavin Hinker back at the plate. He hits a pop-up into foul territory. And Ian Cartwright comes from all the way from right field and makes the diving catch in foul territory for the out. Trent Patterson follows that up by getting P.J. Brown to strike out looking. You love those. Evan Snow at the plate. He hits it to left field. That's a single for Snow. He had it falling yesterday. Had some big hits, by the way. Ty Brown hits a single to left field, and all of a sudden, Alexandria has bases loaded again. Bray Good at the plate. He hits this one into the outfield. There's going to be an error by Mobile Christian. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, 3 runs scored. And inside the park, single / error / grand slam, whatever you want to be. I don't know. I just know it's 4 runs for the Valley Cubs, and they're pumped up. Bray Good had hit after hit after hit all playoffs long. You go back to Sardis with the double, Springville with the double. This one against Mobile Christian. Somebody get a towel or a fan and cool this guy off, because Bray Good was on fire with clutch moment after clutch moment in the postseason. He gives Alexandria a 3-run lead. Noah Blackburn hits a single to left field. Aiden Gatson now at the plate for Mobile Christian. He hits a ground ball to Nick Thompson. He throws it to second to get the out, looking for the double play. They can't get it as that gets there in time. You see Carpenter right here to Snow. Snow makes a great play at the hot corner for the out, and the celebration begins. Look at the right corner. You see Zach Welch? He gets to come back in and celebrate with the Valley Cubs after being ejected. What a moment for the Valley Cubs. Their first baseball state championship in school history. And Coach Welch not only played for Alexandria, he brings them their first state championship as a coach. Speaking of state championship, celebrating that state championship, here's Alexandria. You saw a little bit of the celebration a second ago. Here's more of it. You see Coach Welch right there, head coach of the Alexandria Valley Cubs. By the way, great season for Mobile Christian as well. The MVP, the most valuable player of the 5A state championship series, was Andrew Allen. Threw a complete game in Game 1, had 11 strikeouts. Headed to Arkansas State. They have got a gem in Andrew Allen. He's going to be a phenomenal player at the next level. Runner-up, state runner-up in Class 5A was the Mobile Christian Leopards. Won the 3A football state championship because of private balancing in 5A for baseball. And how about Coach Zach Welch? State champion Zach Welch with the blue trophy as he brings it back to his team, who finishes on top. No one more deserving than Zach Welch, as you see his team hold that blue trophy high right there. And you see it right there, baby. The celebration continues. Bray Good, only a junior, but helped contribute to 15 seniors. You see the team right there with the trophy. 15 seniors that left a legacy that'll never be forgotten, one that led to bringing back their first state championship. And the 5A state champions will be dropping to 4A next year, as they will look to repeat in the midst of losing 15 seniors. So our top moment from this past school year was the Alexandria Valley Cubs winning the 5A state championship in baseball. Hey, that's going to do it for us today. That's going to do it for us for the week in terms of the locker room. What you can expect next week, a lot of youth baseball. All-Stars get started next week. We will have highlights of those games on the locker room. Outside of that, I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you on East Alabama Now News tonight, 6:30 p.m., where we'll be talking about, well, one of those players you just saw, Bray Good. We'll be talking about him and a couple other players from the area. But other than that, hope you all have a great evening, and we will see you tonight on East Alabama Now News at 6:30.